All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Space Brothers, episode 38. Muta, you did it!
He did it! They all did it!
They all did it.
Not all of them.
Well, not all of them, but the ones that we cared about.
The ones that we cared about.
We were made to care about, most of them. But, point is...
Our trio
Muta,
is in.
Yeah, our trio is in. Muta, you did it. And now, yes, you're going into that interview with... potentially
press
the world.
Conference.
Yeah.
Not an interview.
No, right. Oh, gosh.
They're
darn
all there.
Press conference.
This is going to be like worldwide broadcast. They're all going to see you with the big
bandage on your
bandage.
forehead and, barely being able to hold back tears.
He might even talk to the astronauts on the moon.
I know.
And thus,
I know. Yeah.
While they both have the Band-Aids on.
I know.
It's going to be adorable. It's going to be so emotional. I'm so excited.
Yep. All right.
But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Yep.
We all are. Actually, we gotta go fast. We gotta run.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you decided to wear some nice clothes.
Right now, you are. Yep. Not once you come out of this press conference or what have you.
Right now.
Right then and there, you're an astronaut.
Yep. Okay.
You're still touching the ground, and yet you're already destined to go up there.
JAXA の星香です。こんなところで悪いね。ありがとうございます。今名刺持ってないんですけど。無職なんですけど。
Oh, we know.
君はもう無職じゃん。
yeah.
の名刺も近々できる。そしたら俺にも1枚くれ。はい。
Right, because there's a big deal in, it still is in Japanese culture, that business cards are not just you grab one and you throw it away or what have you. It's like, it's a very formal thing. You memorize every bit of it.
でも合格できたんだ。許そう。体験に間に合わないかも。しょうがねえな。
Helicopter.
Wow.
記者会見か。なんか急すぎて。
So we're catching back up to the present. Okay.
But they're gonna hold up the whole thing for you.
Yeah, it's real. You can sit in it, breathe in it, just let it settle.
やっぱまだ実感ねえな。
Oh, this piano just right here.
Yep.
And then that note and chord progression just. Oh, okay.
知るぞムッタ君。はい。
Fashionably late, though.
Not at all parallel to your own life.
It's kind of wild, though, that they specifically let him do this in person so that he would end up getting this experience, but it ended up taking so long. Yeah! Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa, even though they were rejected? Or at least he was.
Yeah.
自分がなぜダメだったか今は理解できてます。
Dang.
行こうムッタ君。はい。
All right.
僕らも後ろの方で見てるからね。
It was a pretty empty green room.
堂々としてりゃいいよ。はい。そうだよな。
Yeah. But just the reality that like those people were not chosen and you were.
Yep.
堂々としてなきゃダメだ。
Yay! No, not like that.
You have your own way of doing it.
難波さんが来られたようです。
Oh my gosh. Oh!
It's gotta be wild. Yeah! All right! Okay, let's go.
Cool, yeah. Oh my gosh. If this is his squad, imagine.
Yep. I really thought it might have just been the main three, you know?
この人が JAXA の宇宙飛行士新メンバーです。
待ってたよ、ムック。
So they built the team around like any specific ones of these members as like the captain or what have you?
Well, if they did, I get the feeling I might know who it is.
I don't know, right? Like,
では記者の皆さん順番に
Yeah,
Yes,
let's go.
yes.
Let's go.
あの野郎も残ったか。
新田礼二です。私はこれまでスポーツ医学に携わり、
北村さんも。
Senika-chan.
Yeah.
Okay, don't freak out.
セリカさんがいる。
Yeah, yeah.
よかった。
I was expecting him to be like, woo, you know,
Right,
like, all of
right.
a
It's like,
sudden.
okay, don't pop a boner or anything,
right,
but, you know, like...
日々と、JAXA の星香から通信が
Oh my God, yes, yes.
あ、日比斗君。今新人宇宙飛行士の記者会見中なんだが。なんだ？君もおでこに絆創膏か？
Oh my gosh.
どういうことですか？
Yeah, what do you mean? He gets to see the feed.
たくもようやく土俵に上がったよ。
And you get to see him. Oh. Oh. Okay.
選ばれた実感はない。もじゃもじゃだ。
Oh, yeah.
なんか目がおかしくなってきた。
想像以上の日勤っぷりですね。
Yeah, of course he is.
マスコミが食いつくのは当然だね。
Yep.
まあ、あとはね、こういう注目を浴びてる場でいいコメントを出す。
Oh, sure.
Absolutely not.
南波さん
Yep, here we
今
go.
の気持ちを漢字2文字で
Good. Ask him something that has nothing to do with his brother immediately.
漢字。
That's 4 words.
なんで2文字限定なんだ。
Yeah, yeah.
Orange. He says a color.
Drunk.
興奮万歳アポ。
Apple.
Grateful.
感謝です。
Yeah.
何にいい答え。
なるほど。特に誰に感謝を伝えたいですか？
Yeah, yeah.
Apple.
私をここまで導いてくれた
Oh,
天
yes,
文
right.
学者の
Yeah.
金子シャロン博士で。
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
そしてもう一人。今月面にいる弟。
Yeah.
日々とにです。
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we wanted to see. Yeah,
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 いやあと
yeah.
もだけどそれはいい。
You bastard.
わかってるね、彼。ナスコミが求める答えを。
やったね。
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
よかったな、日々と。
よっし
Yep, I was gonna say. Yep. Watch out.
飛ぶなっつってんのに。
ま、気持ちはわかる。
Oh, yeah, of course. How could he not jump?
うわ、こいつ痛がりながら
Yeah.
笑ってやがる。
He's pretty cool like that. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, what was blinking over here? Stop that show!
Show.
Yes, beer
Yeah.
and
Food.
Just food. Just all
Real
the
good
food.
food.
お祝いメールがいっぱい来た。私も高校の友達とかすっごい来てる。
I love the like this was made at a specific time where like social media is blowing up right now. No, I got a ton of emails.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
なんか記者会見の放送中に連続で送ってきたみたいで。
なんやその答え。猿以下の発想や。
今度が俺に対するツッコミだね。
自分伊藤さんの方見すぎや。全国にバレバレや。
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
できてくれたぞ。
Who? Who?
お邪魔します。
Oh,
Yes!
his old hero, right?
Yes!
おめでとうみんな。
Oh, their teammate. Yeah. Let's go. Oh.
All right. Yeah.
テレビで会見を見たとき、鳥肌立っちゃったよ。
Like I know those guys.
新田君も伊藤さんも
Yeah, 3 people from your team.
嬉しくなっちゃって。
Yeah.
自分のことを
Right. Like your team was up there. Like
Yep, yep.
like
Oh,
思わず
yeah.
テレビの前で
yeah,
course he
course. man. Like,
Yeah.
like your team
Yeah.
looked so good because of how well you all worked together. And clearly, yes, there were some that were.
There were some complications.
There were some that weren't as all in on the team, but yeah, it definitely wasn't you. You were. Yeah, as your senior, I will pour you the younger beer. Getting a call.
Who's it from?
なんだまたやっさんかよ。しかも画像付き。
あ
いらね
Jesus.
そういえば大事なこと言い忘れてたわ。
And?
Yeah.
He's all twinkly eyed.
Yeah.
Just like,
この二人が堂々合格して、その上伊藤さんまで合格できた。自分ら最高や。
we're awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's the right perspective to have. Your team was definitively better than the other two teams.
Right.
And it wasn't even close.
Yep.
And you all did things that made it more difficult, but you also all did things that made it better.
Right. You all came together. That's something.
Right.
That's a group effort, right?
Right.
待ってろよナンバー。
Wow.
俺も
He's not
絶
giving
対
up.
宇
He's
宙
not
行く
giving
で。
up. Wow. The character development.
All right.
エビト、
Yeah.
お前はいつ実感した
Whoa.
That you were an astronaut, and that's when it sank in for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
それとも記者会見でフラッシュを浴びた時か
Has it ever really sunk in? Was it when you touched on the moon?
飲み屋のトイレで友がくれた11件目のメールを
The 11th email. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the first sincere email, though.
Yeah.
The first 10 were shit talking like a proper bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
Stop staring at Ito-san. Now
The
the
whole
whole world
world knows.
knows. It's like, oh
Oh my god.
shit. Yeah.
That's the one you really need to listen to. Like they why are you saying that? You stupid or you baka, whatever.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Oh, they can tell you have a crush on Ito. All right.
That was so
The press
good.
conference went really well. Muta had that little freak out moment of like, oh god, I hate it when
Right.
people do the say it in one word, you know? And
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
And he's like, okay, but I need to say what they want me to say. And he had enough time to be able to breathe and sit with it. If anything, it probably made him look really relatable. And then he's like nervous and stuff. And he's like,
And
I mean,
at the end of the day,
grateful.
Yeah, Appo's still covered for you.
That's
You
true.
know? The luck of that little booty is still felt, even in this press conference.
And that's what's really sweet is that message did reach Appo. Appo
That's
received
right.
the gratitude psychically with his, obviously Appo was an alien all along. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But no,
Appo felt a little twinge in his butt, and he was like, "Wait, I am being called on once more.
I need to go shit myself.
Yeah. Send some more luck Muta's way, and there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was really fun to have. I know his nickname was Yasan, but Yasushi.
Yeah.
Bringing up basically all these kind of jabs towards Muta because he's bummed that he doesn't get to be an astronaut, but he's also absolutely fired up because when he gave his gut instinct, closed box analysis, he picked accurately.
Right.
He didn't just pick accurately. He picked 2 of the 3 of his team that would end up going of the 5 total.
Right.
Meaning more members from his team went than
the rest of them
combined. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
just if you had 2 people from your team get picked, that would have been damn impressive.
It's the thing that if there were 6 brought in, you had a shot.
Right.
Like you had a genuine shot.
Yeah.
The have you ever been that person where you realized that you were potentially the equivalent of the 6th man? That there was something that you missed just barely?
Sure.
And if you had pushed just that little bit further, it can apply to many kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the most sort of stereotypical one that comes to mind is like the when you don't know how to interact with your crush, kind of a thing, right?
Okay,
As
sure.
like a teenager or something like that. And it's like, theoretically, if you had just
Been confident.
Yeah, exactly.
Direct.
Yeah, right. yeah. Done,
The bare minimum.
any number of things differently, then maybe something would have happened, right?
Yeah, if you're really taking the sixth man part literally. I was meaning more the idea of like you don't know how much more effort you needed to put in order to get the result, but you get the feeling, the sensation that the effort that you did put in was noticed, but it was just a little bit off. And
Sure.
I feel something so powerful from Yasushi to be able to take that and get impassioned by that, because a lot of people will take that and they'll lose their passion, they'll despair, because it's basically wow, all that and it still wasn't enough.
Right. Yep.
And it doesn't come into even the comparison angle. It's just wow, I just wasn't lucky. And it's the whole I could have been a pro football player or what have you, but
then
then I injured myself, in high school, or I missed there was a little thing that's the thing, is the reason why that's kind of a joke that we'll laugh at is because that's really sometimes how it just is.
Sure.
A little tiny thing happens that you don't realize had the difference maker within it.
Well, and so maybe this is a weird one because it's more of an opposite situation.
Sure.
But I recently broke my toe, stubbed it real bad, right?
Yeah.
So that takes a long time to heal. During that time, fencing is really difficult because, you need your foot, right? So I haven't used footwork at all. But then there was an actual weird thing where my defense has gotten a lot better because,
you had to focus on.
Right, I had to focus on just doing that, right? Because you don't have that other thing, and that's not exactly. That's
No,
more of
it's
an
not.
opposite
But
of the
I
thing
get
you're
exactly.
talking
I get
about, but
exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
You have to take the bad luck and the good luck, in stride, because you never know what's bad luck and what's good luck, right? And so
and we can't quantify any kind of luck either way. It's just the thing that there's going to be times where opportunity passes you by just barely. And you won't ever really know. But I feel like there's times where you can sense how close it was. Sometimes you do actually maybe get a little bit of an idea of oh yeah, you were on the runner-up list, basically. You were the honorable mention.
Right. You were at the top of the wait list.
You were at the top of the wait list, and it just didn't end up coming in. Yeah.
Sure.
That can happen. But it's just something so powerful to see somebody take that and then get inspired to then go back on the grind. It's very powerful. It's a human spirit thing more than it is just a cool thing that a character did in a story. That's what it is to be human. Is that you came really close to something, you struggled, you put a lot of effort into it, and you didn't get it, and then you went at it again. That's incredible.
That's why, this show is something that speaks to us, right? Because it's not about the fact that it's space. It's about all the, it's about what it represents. It's the struggle that's happening that, we all do in our own different ways.
Right.
And so to see
Mucha getting the catharsis here is just
yeah, exactly. Right.
surreal.
And the recap at the beginning to go all the way back through it, yes, that was exactly the kind of time where you want to have a long recap, because, man, I was choking up again just going through it when, we just watched it, right? Because it's just that's the emotional context and the stakes of what's, going on here.
And even going back in time within what we saw of him entering the press conference last episode by seeing the ways in which he spent time with Tadashi kind of escorting him the whole way. And it being this, hey, we're going to be late. They wait up and they hold the press conference a decent bit.
Yeah.
They didn't even introduce everybody before he showed up.
Oh,
that's how much they held up everything.
Yeah, you are important enough for us to do that, right?
They probably had all the JAXA employees stall by doing a bunch of announcements and
exactly.
having
all the stuff that doesn't require the astronauts. All right,
they'll just sit there, being just genuinely good-looking adults or what have you, being like, yes, we're here in our professional garb, and we are your astronauts, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, it's important that we had that because that's an element of where like Muta could totally have seen that as being like shit, yeah, of course, the bad luck, there just happens to be 6 kilometers of traffic, right? But no,
Sure.
bad luck is not going to stop you now, right?
No.
Like people believe in you enough that the bad luck is taken in stride. It's not just your problem, right?
Right, and it's not that your luck was such that you ended up kind of being the scraped on by 5th place, barely made it. Nobody really cares or respects you. You're just the media pick for the Hibito brother connection kind of thing. No, you're an equal member of this group.
Yep.
You deserve to be here just as much as the rest of them. And thus, absolutely, they're going to give you the respect and honor of waiting here. We're going to have everybody cheer you on. You're going to get that recognition, even in a, joking, criticizing way from Yasan. You're going to have Fukuda come in and just pour you all drinks and being like, yeah, it's you guys.
Way to
it's
go.
us. It's like I was up there with you. I just cried and it's incredible.
Like I'm trying to think of like what the equivalent would be, right? Like both from the yes, your dreams come true and oh my god, how wonderful is that? But like if I don't know, you ended up getting onto like a professional frisbee team or something like that.
So here's what the example would be from some people that I know that are competing for this level is trying to become an Olympic medalist, basically.
Oh,
is that they're all on teams training together.
Sure.
And they are competing on the same team within a training capacity so that when the scout and the training, the time to get drafted basically happens, they're alongside a bunch of teammates.
Right.
And it's like, hopefully one of us represents the nation for this area.
Sure.
Like, isn't that crazy to think of?
Yeah.
Like, there's obviously going to be other teams that you'll be competing against, but the idea that it would be someone from your team
right,
that you helped push, you know?
You're both working alongside them, right, in, mutual development, while also competing with them because you want the spot, but it's the, you're carrying our hearts with you, kind of a thing.
Right. It's the, we have this great support system. We have this great coaching like team or what have you, an environment and everything.
Right.
And all of our passion and energy is frictioning against each other, generating that heat that is where the magic happens. The extra dreams, they become true because you can't go far alone. Like, you just can't. And the idea that in a lot of ways it makes sense that there was an exponential factor to their team because of the way Muta, Serika, Nita, especially those three, did their part really well. But then Fukuda and Furuya or Yasushi also, while they did have specific things that held them back, it was more that while they stood out by being on this team, it was more like they were like, wait, we've got to pick almost everybody from this team. But
we can't do that.
We can't do that because these people here also performed admirably despite the team that they were in.
Sure.
So we have to bring in Makabe Kenji.
Right.
And we have to bring in the other girl's name. I don't remember.
I can't remember if we actually have spent much time with her yet. So she might be kind of like I know we've seen her before, but
I believe she was on Team B as well.
She might. Okay.
Yeah, I think Team A was a complete wash from what I remember.
Gotcha.
I will go back and check, but that was a really cool just element there in that they got to celebrate their friends basically because the amount of time they spent together made them basically lifelong friends.
Oh yeah, and I think there is absolutely an element where it's the hey, if we are all things being equal, right? If every candidate was of an equal level of like capability and stuff. But oh hey, we also had these like we would like to pick some of these people, and also they were on a team together, so they're already going to have those bonds that will make sure that they work well together. That totally makes sense.
Wonderful.
Right?
Yeah, all the little factors came in, and thus making the very long and slow arduous training process for
we
the
shit
astronaut
talked
stuff.
the show a bit for like how
did.
much it dragged it out, you know.
Like I would say that's part of the slow burn experience that I'm really starting to accept here, because even then they didn't need to do that much recap in this episode, but like the idea that we have hit a momentous milestone within the story.
Oh yeah, it is now Space Brothers.
It is now Space Brothers.
Like, yes, we always had that title, but there was that part of me that was like, okay, you know, we see Muta always in the suit, right? Like,
I don't want to watch
suit.
Yearn for Space Brothers.
Yeah, right. Like, is this going to be they're both Space Brothers because he's actually just working at JAXA and then NASA or something like that, and they're talking to each other across the, you know.
That would have been an interesting show.
That would have been an interesting show, and they theoretically could have done it. Mm-hmm. But yay, they're both actually going to be going to space. Fantastic.
3 cours later.
Right, yeah, right, exactly. It's going to be another 3 cours before they go to space together. But, you know,
right.
Who cares?
But either way, this was a really powerful moment for Muta, and the idea that his 11th email was the one that made him realize he was an astronaut.
Right.
Because Yasushi gave him a very heartfelt, not just a here's congratulations,
right.
but a like, no.
You and Nita were my picks.
Look at who's up there with you. Mm-hmm. Also, Ito's with you as well, because of course she is. And you even got your friend Makabe with you. I mean, sure, he doesn't really know that, but just look at everybody. And then you're all
awesome.
from our team. Like, we're awesome.
Yeah.
There's,
yeah. Right.
There's just something so positive about that, given how off he seemed to be as a character at the beginning.
Right, where it's like how did he even get this far, you know, with like being like that.
Like, I understand that he's smart. Mm-hmm. I understand that he's probably book savvy in a specific way.
Sure.
So that he tested well enough to get here.
Right, but you would think that someone with that kind of temperament would have been pruned before it even
got
to
and
that
I think
point.
that was literally why this test was the thing that he failed, was that...
Right, same with the other guy that we got the backstory for in the previous episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That it was just, no, you got filtered here. This was what it's for. You need to work on your personality.
Yeah, and maybe for a lot of the other people, it was for similar reasons, but just to a reduced magnitude, you know?
Sure.
Like having a character involved that is like that is an extreme, but it's a thing that then draws our attention as the audience to.
Exactly.
These are the kinds of things that they're looking to prune out.
Which is,
makes sense.
Yep. And now, here we go. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's go to space.
I'm excited to see if a bandage on the forehead becomes a trend or something in this world. That would be funny.
What I'm excited to see.
All right, no social media yet.
No,
I couldn't imagine that would be in the early 2000s.
But what I'm excited to see is the next time that Muta visits his family, what size of slice of cake is he getting?
Oh, that's true.
You know?
Appo's getting the big slice now.
Well, he's going to give it to Appo.
Clearly, Appo is the reason that
but, like, you know, because...
He's an Apponaut, you know.
Like that at least
Dad, shut up. You know?
That at least I think is worth like a $3, you know, celebratory card in the mail or something.
Oh,
you know?
I think we need to take Appo to the nail salon. We need to get Appo like massaged. Get him like proper primped and pruned. You know?
Absolutely. Appo won't even realize what's going on.
Just, you know, just like, oh yeah.
Oh man,
amazing.
That dog is wonderful.
Iconic. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.